This week on TGC News, Winchester dunks on Federal and lots of new guns. With sites like Shopify and other e-commerce companies going full-on anti-gun, there has to be an alternative, right? Well, guess what? Make Ready Arms is your solution, offering turnkey all-in-one e-commerce solutions for everyone from huge established brands to folks that just want to make a little bit of side cash. They have customizable templates for everyone and even offer distributor integration for drop shipping. The entire thing from top to bottom is gun-friendly, from website to hosting to credit card processing, all of it. Whether you want to have your own physical inventory or pull down from the top distributors out there, you can do it all. Now, normally you could do a 15-day free trial, but if you use my code TGC30, you get a full month for free when you get set up over at MakeReadyArmss.com. Welcome back to another episode of TGC News, the only gun news show that covers things you actually care about. My name is Jon Patton. Before we get cracking, I have something I want to share with you guys. I've been asked about this for a long time, and finally, thanks to the help of the TGC Nation moderators, I have a list for you guys of every single promo code and every single affiliate link that we currently have. So if you're shopping online and you want to support TGC in some kind of way, check out this list. All you have to do is click through the link in that database or use the promo code and we'll get credit for it. I appreciate you guys. Thank you as always. Now, how about some news? First up this week, Winchester has got to be feeling pretty good about themselves because they were recently awarded a contract to take over the operations of the Army's famed Lake City ammo plant in Independence, Missouri. The contract itself is worth about $28 million. And if all of the contract options are used up, they could be running the plant up to 2029. Part of that contract will be manufacturing pistol ammunition for the MHS or Modular Handgun System program, and Winchester has just announced the M1152 or active duty ammo line as sort of a part of that. The ammo uses a flat nose full metal jacket 115 grain bullet and what they're calling a military grade primer, whatever that is. What I think might be interesting here is that we currently look at things like the XM193 and M855 ammo for 5.56 as standards for comparison. We haven't really had that for 9mm. So perhaps this M1152 ammo will become that standard, especially now that so many good things have come out of this MHS program. As far as civilian sales of that ammo goes, it will be branded as the active duty, like I mentioned, and come in 100 and 150 round boxes initially, and unfortunately, I couldn't find any pricing on this ammunition yet. I suspect it'll be on the high side for 9 on the launch, but maybe we'll get lucky. Who knows? What do you guys think of ammo like this? Does it make you want to switch your current practice ammo just because the military is going to use it? Will it become the standard? Sound off in the comments and let's talk about it. I think it's time once again to link up some belted ammo and spool up the minigun. We have a lot to cover and no time to do it.
There's no time!
Here we go. Smith & Wesson just announced a smaller version of the M&P M2.0 lineup, the subcompact. They will be available in 9, 40, and 45 with and without a safety. The magazine capacity will be 12, 10, and 8 rounds respectively. The price, $569 MSRP. I don't think this is like a crazy move or anything groundbreaking, but more so a rounding out of their product line. If you wanted a small M2.0 gun, you had to go with a shield before this. Browning has a new bolt gun. It's called the X-Bolt Max Varmint /Target. I suppose the Varmint or Target depends on what caliber you get from the list. It will be available in 7 different calibers from .204 Ruger all the way up to .300 Win Mag. All of them will have match-grade fluted and threaded barrels made of stainless steel attached to what I think is a really slick X-Bolt action. That will be dropped into the Max stock, which has an adjustable cheek piece and a few other precision-minded features to boot. The gun will come topped with a few trinkets, including a muzzle device, because when you pay anywhere near the MSRP of $1,339, you want to be able to just go shoot it, right? Savage also has a few new rifles out. Sort of showing their commitment to precision shooting, they have introduced what they're calling the Precision line of guns. First in that line, of course, the 110 Elite Precision. It'll be available in 8 different calibers, and the key with these is the factory blueprinted action and that they're drenched in goodies from MDT. The vertical grip, the mags, and of course the chassis itself is all from MDT. Pricing on those starts at $19.99 and goes up to $21.49 for larger calibers. Savage also has announced a few precision rimfire guns in the A and B line. The A22 is a semi-auto, and the B series comes in 22 long rifle or 22 mag bolt actions. Again, those will also come with MDT chassis and a slightly elevated price tag at about $600. And Ruger is back in the news. It's been a little bit since they ended their streak of coverage, but they are back with a new one. It's called the Hawkeye Hunter. The Hawkeye line of rifles is on the upper end of their product offering, so it's neat to see them expanding that and offering more. The Hunter version is a blend of the classic wood stock, which I love, and a rugged stainless steel barreled action. They'll be available in 6.5 Creedmoor, 308, 30-06, and 300 Win Mag from the start. All of which come threaded for a muzzle device, and if you get the 300 Win Mag version, it actually includes a muzzle device. The MSRP on these comes in at $1,099. You know, guys, I've been thinking about getting a hybrid lately. Nah, not the kind of hybrid you're thinking. The handmade in the USA kind of hybrid with leather and Kydex. The kind that is available for just about every popular handgun on the planet. The kind that's comfortable when you put it on and comfortable all day, even if you're a big guy. I might need a belt to go with it too. Crossbreed holsters will definitely check those boxes. And if you use the code TGC15 over at crossbreedholsters.com, you'll get a whopping 15% off your entire order. And now, as you guys have continually requested, Patton's Armory. This is a segment where I grab one of my personal guns and tell you guys about it. This is my M1 Garand. Now, this I acquired because it happened to be sitting on a shelf at a shop for consignment, and the price tag they wanted was like $1,200, and around here, that's about what you see on a decent looking Garand. And I said, what's the bottom that guy is going to take? I want to get a deal on that if I can. And I ended up walking out. I think I paid $800 or $900 for this. I've never actually shot it. I should probably do that sometime. But it is a old school Garand. I don't know if it's all numbers matching. I don't really care, to be quite honest with you. I'm not a big Milsurp guy. I just wanted to have one of these in the collection. So I made that happen. I know that one's not super exciting, but hey, they're not all super exciting. I think it's a cool gun, either way. If you guys enjoyed this look at my guns and want to see more, let me know in the comments. It's time now for Friendly Fire, the segment where I answer your questions from all over the interwebs. This time, our questions are coming from YouTube. I asked for questions, and you guys delivered. First up, Samurai Aldo says, what are your thoughts on Form 1 suppressors? I think they're a fun thing. I have a hard time believing that they would perform just as well as a factory-made can, but I've also never tested that, so I can't say for sure. If you're a guy that likes to tinker, that's a really good option, but me personally, I would probably just Form 4 and just deal with it. However, I have an FFL and SOT, so that's not a huge issue for me right now. Reloader 2001 wants to know my top 3 firearms instructors that I want to train with. Clint Smith, Kyle Lamb, and Chris Costa. I feel like those guys are all kind of legendary in different ways and have a ton of knowledge to be leached, for lack of a better term. Justin Cleveland says, if you are using an AR-15 for home defense, do you feel the need to use a round besides Full Metal Jacket? If I personally was using an AR for home defense, I would use a defensive round. Probably a Control Chaos Copper, or maybe in the brass version from Lehigh Defense, because I think those perform fantastically. But yeah, I would definitely not be just using an FMJ. The better terminal effect you can get out of a round, the better. Paul Christian says, considering Pennsylvania's recent anti-gun nonsense, would you ever relocate your base of operations? Yeah, absolutely. It would suck to do, like that would be awful, because moving isn't fun when it's just like a house. You got to move all your crap. That sucks. However, when you include a business, that makes it even worse. And if things get bad enough here, to the point where I couldn't do business in Pennsylvania, yeah, I would absolutely move. Ethron1 sent in a freaking challenging question. If you were given $1 million to help the gun community defend the Second Amendment, what would you do with it? That is a really tough question to answer. I've never had that much money to deal with, so it's kind of tough to wrap my brain around how much is actually possible with it. I think one of the first things I would do would be to kind of work with groups like Firearms Policy Coalition and GOA to sort of determine our shortcomings as a community and try to push for education and enthusiasm in all 50 states. I don't necessarily mean giving money to those two groups. I kind of mean that as more of like an advisor type role for them. For me, we need lobbying, we need lawyers, we need education, we need people out there making great gun content. We need all of these things. I don't know what the correct amounts are to spend on each of those individual things, but those are the things that stand out to me right now. I'm sure you guys will slam a bunch of great suggestions in the comments as well. My friendly fire question to you guys this week. I know a lot of you are still very much pissed off at Springfield Armory, Rock River, X Products, some of you at Daniel Defense, Surefire. Lord knows there's a bunch of companies that have done things that aren't great. What would it take for them to regain your trust? What would they have to do to regain your trust? Sound off in the comments below and let me know your thoughts. And if you want to ask a friendly fire question, send that to me over on theguncollective.com. And guys, that is it for this week's show. If you disliked it, hit that button. If you liked it, hit like, get subscribed, and consider supporting us via the links in the video description. I would really love it if you jumped over on Subscribestar to support us directly. That would be fantastic. We also have that giant list of affiliate codes that will be linked in the video description, so check that out as well. And as always, thank you all for watching. We'll see you soon. Winchester dunks on Federals. Federals? They dunks on them Federals, boys. Sorry, one more time. Sorry, Izzy. Stumbling in my brain. My brain's stumbling. I don't understand. Yep, it's over, but don't worry, you can click on the video up top to watch last week's show, and the one below that is the one that YouTube thinks you'll enjoy. Check them out and let me know what you think.